All right. Yesterday we were looking at Daniel's prophetic time clock, and he said via the angel Gabriel that there would be 490 weeks or 490 Shabua or 490 periods of 7 years, which when you calculate it out, he said it'd be divided into 7 weeks and 62 weeks and 1 week. So the 7 weeks, 7 Shabu would be 49 years, which figures out for the rebuilding of the temple and of Jerusalem after their exile and when it was destroyed in 70 AD by the Roman general Titus. He said it would be the decree went forth in 434 BC, 49 years from that, and then another 434 years or 62 Shabua or 62 weeks brings us to 32 AD, which was the exact time when Jesus went into the city of Jerusalem on Palm Sunday on his death march. So he said that would be when Messiah would be cut off. So uh, Gabriel gave Daniel the exact timeline. He said there'd be 483 years from the time of the decree to rebuild Jerusalem and the walls, the city, till Messiah was cut off. So it'd be 483 years, and it figures out exactly to 32 AD. And then it says, after that time, Messiah would be cut off, Daniel 9:26, but not for himself. No, he did it for us. And the people of the prince who is to come, people of the prince who is to come, would speak of the people of the Antichrist, should destroy the city and the sanctuary. Well, the people that destroyed the city and the sanctuary were the Roman Empire, but it wasn't just Europe. Roman Empire at that time included the Middle East as well as Northern Africa. So that gives an indication that the Antichrist is going to come out of that revived Roman Empire, either out of Europe or the Middle East or Northern Africa. Some postulate that it'll be a Muslim out of the Middle East. And it says, the end of it shall be with the flood. Until the end of the war, desolations are determined. Then all of a sudden there's a parentheses, if you would, a prophetic time clock stop. When Messiah was cut off, the time clock stopped for the age of grace, for the age of the church, and then it'll start again at the end of that age. So we have been in that age of grace, the age of the church, ever since Messiah was cut off, 32 AD. The clock was stopped. The church age began. We've been in that for about 2,000 years. And it says, after the end of that time, then he shall confirm a covenant with many for 1 week, speaking of the Antichrist. The clock stopped when Jesus died in 32 AD, but it'll start again at the end of that time, I believe, with the rapture of the church at the end of the church age. And we're going to look at this in the week ahead. And look at the last of the last days, look at the rapture and that what that's all about. But it says the Antichrist will confirm a covenant with many for 1 week, one Shabua, one remaining 7-year period, which will bring us to the 490 years. That's when the clock starts in again. That 1 week, that 7-year period correlates with the Great Tribulation in Revelations 6 through 19. Also, it correlates with the marriage supper of the Lamb, where the church prior to the Great Tribulation is raptured and will be celebrating a 7-year marriage supper of the Lamb. And it says, in the middle of the week, he shall bring an end to the sacrifice and the offering, the Antichrist will, and on the wing of abominations shall be one who makes desolate, which is talked about in the New Testament, the abomination of the desolations, where the Antichrist goes into the temple, puts an end to the sacrifices, declares himself God, And it says, even until the consummation or the end, the full determined end, which is determined, is poured out the desolate. So Daniel gives us this prophetic clock of 490 years until the end of time, till the end of the world. And it's all laid out right there. I'll summarize it tomorrow because we're out of time again. All right. God bless you.